Hello, folks. I'm Detroit Miracle. Yes, and indeed. Right now, I am here to have another Bruce Lee discussion. And this one will be about the infamous touch of death. It is said that the touch of death is one of the most lethal martial art moves out there. They said it could be deadly if applied that way. And it was reported that Bruce Lee may have been experimenting with the touch of death prior to him dying. I'm not saying that it had anything to do with Bruce Lee's death because Bruce Lee was into filmmaking, acting, martial arts, choreographing, writing, philosophy, fitness. So he was into so many different things and he prioritized all of those things evenly and equally. If he spent a certain amount of time doing something, then it had to be relevant, and then sometimes very relevant, like spending time with his family, working out, writing, making movies, training, lifting weights, and etc. So he probably so in other words, the touch of death would have been one such valued priority of Bruce Lee, but not necessarily an obsession, unless he obsessed over fitness, movie making, and everything else. But Bruce didn't seem like an obsessive person. He seemed like a hard-working person. I know, I'm talking like I knew the guy. Well, if you watch the interviews, you watch the films, and other things, you can sort of read into someone's personality if you are that intuitive in ways. So we have this infamous touch of death, which was also speculated could have been used against Bruce Lee. So anybody can learn this martial art movement or maneuver or skill set. So if they learned it, they said it would be the most effective thing to stop Bruce Lee because he was incredibly fast, agile, strong, and the touch of death maneuver is a 2-inch maneuver. So it's like right here, and then you punch or you do this, but you do it precisely with generated internal energy, and that energy could be very lethal. So they were speculating if Bruce Lee was fighting somebody that maybe they figured they might have a shot to beat him by fighting him in close quarters with a 2-inch strike, or him using 2-inch strikes real close to the body, because Bruce Lee was fast at evading things like punches and kicking too, or punches and kicks. So they speculate that if the murderer used the touch of death against Bruce Lee, he would have to fight him close in, like right by the body, maybe 2 inches away. And then that's where the touch of death can best be applied. So yeah, and other than that being the case, like then his death was still from misadventures, and it could have been from anything else as well. But the touch of death has been speculated to possibly be a cause. Like certain martial artists have said that, and they have indicated that it was something very suspicious about Bruce Lee's death. I know that's another story. We're talking about the touch of death right now, the infamous touch of death, where if your strikes are powerful enough at 2 inches away from the target, then it can be deadly lethal, or it can certainly knock somebody out. So they don't have to only use the touch of death to kill. In other words, yeah, people. Like Bruce Lee was a peaceful person in ways, because he could have used his vastly martial art training and skills in a deadly, lengthier, destructive, terrible way. But he did it in a form of showing people his skill sets in films so that they would be inspired to higher fitness conditions, peak performances, and better martial art training. Indeed, folks.